Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Modern English Talk Podcast, the place where you improve your English in a fun, natural, and enjoyable way. I'm your host, Emma, and I'm so excited that you've joined us today because we have an episode that is both educational and entertaining. If you've ever thought that learning English was boring or difficult, today's conversation might completely change your mind.
And I'm Alex. It's wonderful to have all of you here again. Today we're going to learn English through something that everyone loves, amazing facts. That's right, you'll discover surprising facts about the world while also improving your listening, speaking, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Instead of memorizing long lists of words, you'll learn English naturally by listening to interesting conversations and useful expressions.
That's one of the best ways to learn a language. When you enjoy the topic, your brain pays more attention and new words become much easier to remember. Every amazing fact we share today will introduce useful vocabulary, simple grammar, and everyday expressions that you can use in real-life conversations. So, don't just listen quietly. Try repeating the new words and sentences after us whenever you can.
Exactly. Don't worry if you don't understand every single word the first time. Learning English is a journey, not a race. The more you listen, the more confident you'll become. Even native speakers continue learning new words throughout their lives, so making mistakes is completely normal. Every mistake is another step toward becoming a better English speaker.
So, whether you're learning English for school, work, travel, or simply because you love the language, this podcast is for you. Get comfortable, stay curious, and prepare to be surprised because today's amazing facts are going to make learning English exciting and unforgettable.
Let's begin our first amazing fact and discover just how fascinating learning English can be. Stay with us until the end because we have a fun vocabulary review and speaking challenge waiting for you.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's begin with our very first amazing fact, and it's about the most powerful computer you'll ever own, your brain. Did you know that your brain is constantly learning even when you think you're doing nothing? Scientists have discovered that your brain keeps creating new connections every time you practice a skill, read a book, listen to music, or even have a conversation. Isn't that incredible? This means that every minute you spend listening to English is actually helping your brain become stronger and smarter.
That's such an encouraging fact, Emma, because many English learners often say, I'm studying every day, but I don't feel like I'm improving. The truth is that progress isn't always easy to notice. Your brain is quietly building new pathways every time you hear a new word, repeat a sentence, or understand a new expression. Little by little, those small improvements grow into real confidence. So even if today's lesson feels challenging, your brain is still learning behind the scenes.
Exactly. Let's learn a few useful words from this fact. Our first word is brain, which means the organ inside your head that helps you think, remember, and learn. Next is memory, which is your ability to remember information. Then we have practice, which means doing something again and again to improve your skills. Finally, there's improve, which means to become better than before. These are common English words that you'll hear in everyday conversations.
Now let's use them in simple sentences. Listen carefully and try to repeat after us. My brain learns something new every day. Practice makes me more confident, and I want to improve my English speaking skills. Good memory helps me remember new vocabulary. These are short, practical sentences that you can start using immediately.
Here's today's speaking tip. Don't wait until you know thousands of words before you start speaking English. Your brain learns faster when you actually use the language. Speak a little every day, even if you only know a few simple sentences. Every conversation, every mistake and every new word is helping your brain grow stronger. Remember, learning English isn't about being perfect. It's about making steady progress one step at a time.
That's a wonderful message to remember. So, every time you listen to this podcast, you're not just hearing English. You're training your brain to think, understand, and communicate more naturally. Keep listening, keep practicing, and trust the learning process because your brain is working harder than you realize.
Welcome back, everyone. Now it's time for another fascinating fact that almost everyone has experienced, but very few people truly understand. Have you ever noticed that when someone near you yawns, you suddenly feel like yawning too? It happens at school, at work, during long meetings, and even while watching television. Well, here's the amazing fact: yawning is actually contagious. Scientists believe that seeing another person yawn can trigger your own brain to yawn as well. Isn't that strange? Even reading or talking about yawning can sometimes make people yawn.
I have to admit, Emma, just hearing the word yawn several times is already making me feel sleepy. But here's something even more interesting. Many people think we yawn only because we're tired, but that's not the whole story. Researchers believe that yawning may also help cool the brain and increase alertness. In other words, your body could be trying to help your brain stay focused and work more efficiently. The human body is full of amazing surprises, and this is one of them. I have to admit, Emma, just hearing the word yawn several times is already making me feel sleepy. But here's something even more interesting. Many people think we yawn only because we're tired, but that's not the whole story. Researchers believe that yawning may also help cool the brain and increase alertness. In other words, your body could be trying to help your brain stay focused and work more efficiently. The human body is full of amazing surprises, and this is one of them.
Let's learn some useful English vocabulary from this fact. Our first word is yawn, which means to open your mouth wide and take a deep breath when you're tired or sleepy. Next is contagious, which means something that spreads easily from one person to another. Then we have alert, which means awake, focused, and ready to pay attention. Finally, there's research, which means careful study to discover new information. These words are useful in everyday English and can help you sound more natural when talking about health or science.
Now let's practice with a few simple sentences together. Listen carefully and repeat after us. I yawn when I feel tired. Yawning can be contagious. I stay alert by getting enough sleep. Scientists do research to learn new things. Excellent. The more you repeat these sentences aloud, the more confident your pronunciation and speaking skills will become.
Here's today's speaking tip. Whenever you learn a new English word, don't stop after reading its meaning. Use it in your own sentence, say it aloud several times, and try to include it in a real conversation. That's one of the fastest ways to remember new vocabulary and make it part of your everyday English.
Exactly! Learning English becomes much easier when every new word is connected to an interesting story or an amazing fact. So the next time you see someone yawn, you'll remember not only this surprising scientific fact, but also the new English vocabulary you've learned today. Now let's continue because our next amazing fact is even more unbelievable.
Welcome back, everyone. Are you ready for another incredible fact? This one comes from the mysterious world beneath the ocean. Did you know that an octopus has 3 hearts? Yes, you heard that correctly. 3 hearts. While humans have only 1 heart that pumps blood throughout the body, an octopus has 3 separate hearts working together. 2 of the hearts pump blood to the gills, where the octopus gets oxygen from the water, and the 3rd heart pumps oxygen-rich blood to the rest of its body. Nature is truly full of amazing surprises. Let's learn some useful English vocabulary from this amazing fact. Our first word is octopus, which is a sea animal with 8 arms. Next is heart, the organ that pumps blood around your body. Then we have gills, which are the organs fish and some sea animals use to breathe underwater. Finally, there's the word survive, which means to stay alive, even in difficult conditions. These are excellent words to know when talking about animals, nature, or science.
Now let's practice these words in simple English sentences. Repeat after us. An octopus has 3 hearts. My heart beats faster when I exercise. Fish use gills to breathe underwater. Animals must adapt to survive. Wonderful. Speaking these sentences aloud will help you improve both your pronunciation and your confidence.
Here's another helpful speaking tip. Whenever you discover an interesting fact in English, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend, a classmate, or even a family member. Teaching someone else is one of the best ways to remember new vocabulary because you're actively using the language instead of just reading it. We would love to hear from you. Comment below and tell us, which amazing fact was your favorite? Was it the 3 hearts of an octopus, the story of ancient honey, or the surprising truth about bananas? Your comments inspire us to create more helpful English learning episodes. Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Every word you learn today brings you closer to speaking English with confidence. See you in the next episode of Modern English Talk podcast. Goodbye and happy learning.